Okay, welcome to another episode of What Was Said podcast. This is your boy Vontae, or if you want to call me What Was Said, or either Big Mouth Said Too Much podcast, whichever flows off the tongue and you remember the most. Okay, I need to coin that because I be saying that on every episode, but different ways. But I need to pick one day when I'm recorded and say it the correct way because everything I do is basically improv. Like it's spirit of the moment, random is just basically me being me. Because I feel like I don't want to have a script and go by something all the time because I know with me it's never gonna be the same thing twice. It's always the first time could be something, the second time could be something different. It's never gonna be the same thing each time. I can't repeat what I already done did. It's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be authentic. I'm always real. I'm an Aries at heart. So you know everything I do is gonna always be the best. And I'm gonna be top tier at it. But not to bring zodiacs into it. But I want to thank everyone for subscribing. I want to thank everyone for liking, reposting, sharing, doing whatever you can to support this podcast because without you, I won't be here. I literally would be talking to myself at this moment. Like, I literally won't be talking to no one. I feel like I'm talking to myself sometimes when I'm talking to this mic. But as I keep going through this, I really am not talking to myself because I'm talking to people that's actually listening. Y'all the audience. So y'all listening. So obviously I'm not talking to myself. But I really appreciate everybody for doing your job because, like I said, I appreciate it because it takes a lot in me to do this because on days I feel like, man, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I mean, is anybody listening? Like, but at the end of that light bulb click in my head like Vontae, when people give you that support and that love, keep going. Because you don't know who gonna listen to your podcast today that's famous or not famous that may share to somebody and tell them like, yo, this is I like it. We need to get him. So I'm gonna keep posting because that one day something miraculous or random is gonna happen to show me that this podcast is what it is. Like at the end of the day, I'm going to be the best, and I am the best. Okay, I know I am because ain't no podcast like mine. Like I don't think nobody put the energy into their podcast like I do. Like I don't think nobody does, y'all. Now my ring light fell. I don't know how that fell, but I'm going to pause on that. Even though we had a little technical even though we had a little technical difficulty, the video and everything is still going. I just don't understand how that happened because I'm in this house by myself and my best friend, which is my roommate, done left for the day. And I can say earlier today, I felt like somebody was calling my name. I don't know if I heard my name. I don't know if I was going crazy in here. But I heard a little noise with me being alone. And I don't know if this is me or this anybody else. But when you're alone, sometimes you feel like you hear voices or noises randomly out of nowhere. So I thought I heard something. And I literally walked towards the living room with my guard up. Like I had my two dukes up, like, because there was somebody around that corner. I was going boom, boom, scary movie them right, left, right, left. Son, like I was gonna literally 1-2 piece him. Like I could, like I was gonna go around that corner and hit him real hard, like and run that jacket. But I literally walked and nobody was there. I'm like, whew, thank goodness. Like I was just being paranoid. I just feel like it was a presence in here other than just me. But if it is a positive presence, let it rain down on me and give me positive energy because I need it every day and I need positive energy all throughout this house. But I have a random question that, I always ask my guests, anybody to come on the show, I always ask them random questions. So this random question is, and one I thought of is, who would I want to narrate my life? And I feel like it's either between James Earl Jones or I'm about to say Wanda Sykes. No. Maya Angelou. Because I feel like both of them would give a good sophistication to my life. Like, they would make my life sound very, like, give it some pizzazz, give it some drama, give it that it needs. I feel like if you heard those two speaking it, you will want to hear it because some of the things I went through, I would love them to say something about it. And then if I could choose some more, either Jim Carrey or yeah, like I said earlier, I feel like Wanda Sykes was on my mind first, so maybe she should narrate my life. I feel like she'll give it comedic twist that it needs because I seen her stand up and it was good and it was awesome. But I had also today, before I started these topics, I had a dream that for some reason everybody know me. I'm a quick temper person. I'm very hot headed. Like I'm ain't no 0 to 100. It's either 0, 50, and 100. That's it. There's no in between. But I had a dream. Basically, I was in school. Like I think I was in high school, and I was trying to return the textbook. I lost my book bag. I was trying to return the textbook, but I couldn't find my book bag. So I'm asking everybody have they seen it, asking the nurse, office, everybody have they seen it. So nobody answered me. So out of nowhere, me being me, I flip a desk over and tell everybody, like, I ain't gonna say I tell everybody, I flip the desk over and then I see everybody surrounding me trying to attack me, like trying to calm me down. And I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Everybody want to say something to me when I'm acting out, but when I was nice, nobody ain't trying to do nothing. And I was just going off. So they put a patch on my arm. And the patch supposed to be a patch to calm me down. So I'm like, no, I don't want to go to the crazy house. I don't want to go to the crazy house. And I literally feel my body tossing and turning. Like I feel my body doing something. But I vividly remember the dream because I'm telling y'all now. But that was real random and I really want to know what is the meaning of it. Like, is it telling me I need to literally calm my anger down, like become a calm, smoother person? Because I am very quick tempered. Like everybody know me. My anger boils quickly, and I'm working on it, and the Lord is working on me. But I'm gonna give myself some grace and some patience because I am a work in progress. I be trying, but I tell people, do not try me. Try the lotto, okay? Because you got a better chance. Like because I ain't with it. Like because I don't got time to play games. But on to the new topic, and today's some movies that I saw. Now, I know everybody done seen these two movies. Well, two or three. I think it's three. Yeah, three. But spoiler alert before I start with the Mea. I cannot pronounce that last name. Mea Culpa. Culpa. Whatever it is. That movie with Kelly Rowland, the Tyler Perry movie, and Trevante Rhodes. Like he was good in the movie Moonlight, but that's a different movie. But yeah, that movie. I give it a if it's a scale out of 10, I give it a high 6.0 because I felt like I was lost in the plot at the end because I was wondering why that dude didn't want the brother didn't want the artist. I don't know. He just wanted to frame the artist about a girl death so he could become mayor, but I never understood why he wanted to become a mayor. Like it never was told why he wanted to do that. So it's like, okay, what is the reason? In my Cardi B voice, like what was the reason of him trying to become a mayor? Like they never told us. So I was confused on that. Then I was confused on when they had the girl Mississippi from P Valley to try to stab Kelly Rowland, or stab her. I was like, what? What kind of twisted stuff is this? And then the next minute, the mother heard she got cancer. I'm jumping all over the place with the movie because I'm trying to remember piece by piece. And I'm like, okay, this mother got cancer. And she really acting like she got real big balls. Because I mean, I would have told her, bitch, if you don't, like, I would have called her out her name. I would have said something ruthless. Like, because you're not going to sit here and talk crap to me and try to pull rank because you the mama. Like, no, you could get this work too. I tell people my mouth do not discriminate. When I'm fussing with somebody, I'm gonna fuss with everybody, and I will stand alone. But I wouldn't let that mama disrespect me like that. I would have said something that hurt her feelings. Then she gonna fall on Kelly. She gonna pretend that she falling, ain't gonna break Kelly Rowland's phone for one. So she would have broke my Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. Man, all you would have heard was, "I'm with you." The wrong sound. The wrong sound. It's supposed to be no, not no awesome. Where's the gunshots? That's what you would have heard. See, I need a sound person to do all of this because I'm all off. I was all wrong. Like that was funny, but yeah, you would have heard a whole bunch of gunshots going off because you broke my Samsung. Like you don't have the money to pay for this. Like they might do, but no. As soon as I would have felt her fall, I would have said, "Girl, if you don't move," like I would have pushed her. Like or either I probably would. It's either one or two options. I would have let you fall, scooted over, and let you fall because out of nowhere you falling on me. Like I never seen you fall in front of me. Now out of all days you want to fall in fake faint, and this when the part of Mississippi tried to stab Kelly Rowland, and then what part that had me the weakest is when Kelly Rowland went to fighting the mama, and then out of nowhere it shifted to her fighting the brother. I was like, hold on now, what is going on? When did you end up fighting the brother? But Tyler Perry, he I know he got money. Them special effects was trash. Cause when he shot at that glass, it looked fake. I can't say looked it, cause that's not a word, but it looked fake. Then what else happened? When Kelly Rowland was sitting there, getting in the car with her supposed husband. For one, I would have known he was in on it because when you talking to the police, it would have sounded like he was talking to the police. The conversation he had didn't sound like a police conversation. It sounded like he was snitching. And when I would have saw him, as soon as he would have kept going straight, I would have did something to get out that car because ain't no way you taking me back to where I just left. Like, I'm not going to play dumb. Like, in this moment, I'm looking at you. I'm going to look at you crazy. I'm like, okay, why we going straight? Why you ain't bust at you and go the opposite direction? Why you going back to where I just left? Nope. Mm-mm. Red flag right there. And then also, what else happened? The part that also had me weak when she took the seatbelt off him and he flew out that car. I was like, hold on, it don't look like y'all was driving that fast for him to fly that far. And I think he would at least like not broke the glass on the car, but at least cracked his spine, fracture his spine from lifting up out the seat. Cause I'm like, I don't think he was going that fast. But like I said, I get that movie a 6 because some stuff was off. Then when he flipped that table, that part had me weak. And I'm like, boy, if you don't carry your light skinned self, that fake anger, that is not believable. But the part that also had me questioning the movie is when Kelly Rowland had that sex scene with the artist. The body paint and everything, the sex scene was hot. It was good. Like, it got me hot and bothered. Like, I felt like Nelly up Neil. I was feeling good. I was getting hot in here. But it was good, but I just felt like no. I'm thinking of two different things because that was the second sex scene that they had. The first one, no, I think it's the same one. I don't know, but I just know Kelly Rowland saw him getting some head, and she literally was watching him, and he teased her. He was playing with her, like literally didn't press the button for the elevator and wanted her to watch him. I'm like, yo, do you know how pissed off I would have been? Like, you playing with me. I'm trying to leave you. And you going to sit here and just not press the elevator button for me to go down. You want me to watch you get your dick sucked? Like, no. Trust believe this Aries would have set that place on fire. Like, I ain't got time to play with I don't got time for you to play with my feelings and my emotions. Like, no. Like, you going to force me to watch you do that. And she was dummy for coming back. I wouldn't have came back. I don't care if I did see my other half cheating. You think I'm going to come back? No, after you did that fuck shit. Lord, I'm not trying to cuss on this episode. But after you did that crazy stuff, I would have said, look, goodbye. You won't hear from me again. Like, after that moment, I would have said, I'm going to even message you back. I would let you literally message me. And when you contact me, I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you a coach. I'm going to give you a fire shoulder. Because one thing about us Aries, when we're mad, we're going to let you know and it's going to be known. So I'm gonna let you have it when you call me. Like you gonna be like, dang, like I wish I would have never called Vontae because he literally let me have a full clip. Yes, and I got a two full clips. Like all everything. Don't let me sit and wait because the more I wait, the more stuff I load up in my gun to go ahead and let you have everything I'm gonna say. Like I got so many scenarios playing in my head that I'm ready for each and every one. So when you come with something, I'm gonna have a smart comment to come back with. But yeah, that movie was good. Like I can't believe I finished it and I watched it, but I just feel like Tyler Perry dropping the ball with these movies. Then I also watched The Color Purple, and I can't believe I even watched it. Like I never even seen the first original one with Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah Winfrey and all the other actors. Like, never seen it. But I watched the musical. Can't say the movie, I give it a 9 out of 10. Like, it was good. The message was there. The songs was there. Taraji did her part. Fantasia did. The other lady, I don't know her name, but she did that song with Hell No. Like, that movie was good. Like, I never seen it, but it was good. Like, I didn't know it was a lesbian encounter in that movie, but it was good. Like, I don't see what Lil Boosie was talking about that movie, but my outlook on that movie, it made me respect women so much more. And I thought, and I hope other men got that aspect from The Color Purple, because I feel like The Color Purple made me really respect women and really think differently about them because they go through so much and men treat them like the bottom of the barrel. Like, you want a woman to cook, clean, take care of the household, and then you want her to give you some coochie? You want to give her some coochie and then don't even last over 5 minutes. And then go back and lean over and go to sleep? Ain't no way you going to sleep in my house. If I was a female, I would literally bang pots and pans all night because I done did a whole list of things and you did a few and then you want to bang up inside some coochie for 2 minutes and then fall asleep. Not even. If I can't sleep, you ain't sleeping. And you gonna have to whoop me, kill me, and do whatever you want to do to me because at the end of the day, I'ma still keep doing the same thing because I feel like I'm underappreciated. I do more than you. Like, women hold a baby for a whole 9 months and push him out their vagina. Like, we don't have those. Only male seahorses push out babies. And I feel like if a man pushed out a baby, we would literally have more respect. That's why I feel like the way, I'm going to get to this topic later, but I feel like the way the world is, women should be a part of every conversation because sometimes they literally making more sense than men do. Because a whole bunch of men in one room can't make decisions. No. They need female influence. They need all sexes in one room. And sometimes both sexes in one room to make decisions still ain't right. Cause look where we at now in this world. And then another movie that I watched two. And both of them about the same thing, about Griselda Blanco. One was Cocaine Godmother, and the other was Cocaine Cowboys. Both one was about her. Both movies got two different outlooks. The Cocaine Cowboys 2, she had a relationship with an African American man named Charles. I think his name was Charles. But she had a relationship with him. Nobody liked him because he was African American. I didn't know Mexicans didn't like black people. Excuse me. I didn't know that. But I learned something new. I didn't know they ain't like us, but they was helping each other out. They had a good tail relationship. But in the movie Cocaine Godmother, she had a lesbian encounter with a woman. Now, I was completely shocked that Griselda was a lesbian. I don't know which story is telling the truth, but I believe the Cocaine Cowboys the most because I don't think she really had a lesbian encounter. If she did, I mean, I don't know because I wasn't there. But she had a little lesbian encounter and I was shocked. And the girl passed away in front of her while she was laying with her. I'm like, girl, you killed her by giving her cocaine. Like, I don't get why people want to force drugs on people. Like, no, if I told you no, let it be that. Like, no do mean no in my Ice Cube voice. Like, let it stay there. Like, I don't want to do that. If you never seen me do this drug before, don't offer it to me. Just let it be just your drug and your vices and what you do and what you got to answer to at the end of your times. But don't bring it over here. Because that's one thing. If I'm on one drug, I'm not going to invite my friends to it because I know they don't do it. I'm going to be smarter than that. I'm going to do it at home, alone, or either, somewhere before I see them. So, they won't get influenced to do it. And then they won't think I try to peer pressure them to do anything. But that's why I'm glad the only drug I do is medical marijuana. Okay? That's all I do. And like, yeah, them both of those movies was good. It gave me some information on Griselda that I didn't know, existed. Like, she was really crazy. Like, she had a hard life, and then her son was kidnapped in the movie. For one, I didn't feel no sympathy for that part when her son got kidnapped because I feel like karma. You killed the whole family. Your son asked you, "Do you want to kill the babies?" Well, the children. And she said basically, yeah. And she went to go kill the kids herself. I'm like, are you kidding me? But she also said that if you don't kill the kids, they come back and want vengeance. But I'm like, of course, what you think, you killed their mother and father. So of course they're gonna come back. Wouldn't you? That's why I don't understand when it comes to these killings and stuff. Like, they don't think somebody's gonna retaliate back on this stuff. Like, come on, I would. Like, that's why I feel like, why get in the crime business if you're going to live by the sword, die by the sword? Because that's one thing. I don't want to be in the mobs. I don't want to be in none of that. Because that's scary. Like, to know that at any moment somebody can just off you. Like, we already living in, I don't know what type of times now, but it's scary. And you think I want to sit here and worry about everywhere I look at, I got to worry about somebody putting a wire around my throat, choking me. Like, no. Mm-mm. I'd rather live my life the way that it is, hope, and, keep it peaceful. But yeah, that movie both of them was good. But I wanted to talk about a little bit about my support with this podcast. And like I said at the beginning of this podcast, I've been loving all the support that I've been getting about this podcast because it take a lot to keep this jank going because I be having some up days, some down days. Like, I be feeling like, do I really want to do podcasting? But I can say somebody, like I said before, somebody's gonna listen to this and gonna feel me and appreciate the love and the joy that I bring to their ears and to their household or whatever you want to play my podcast at. Like, they're gonna appreciate it. But yeah, if the supporter, I love it. And I just can't, and I also can say the non supporters that don't. I appreciate you not supporting, but also support it secretly. Keep doing what you do because if you don't do it, I want to sit where I won't be sitting right here now talking about you. But yeah, my February, I'm glad it ended, but I don't feel like we had a real Black History Month because there was no Black history going on during those moments. Like, literally, I felt like it was just nothing but Black people doing negative things, not making sense. And I'm not going to list everything they did, but Black people did some terrible things that I just felt like, why? But my February was terrible. I have no Valentine's, but I did do a little. I ain't gonna say I did, but I should do a little bit of self love on that day. I should learn how to love on me, love on Vontae. Like, I'm always worried about what other people doing. I never loved on me, and I need to do that. And then I also lost my job at the end of the month, which is so sad because the way I lost it, they told me that basically to me, I felt like it was like a learning disability. English, it was like a learning disability, but it was like a learning disability situation. Basically, they said that since I asked too many questions and too often, it don't feel like I was retaining the information, so they had to let me go. But I'm like, okay, for one, y'all told me to ask questions if I don't understand. And if I got it wrong a bunch of times, I'm going to ask for help so it don't be wrong again at all. I want to make sure that each time I do this, it's correct. So if I ask for help, that's what you're there for. That's what your job is for. To do your job and to help those under you. I don't care if I ask 40 times, 50 times, 60 times, 30 times. I want to make sure my thoughts is right and my processing is right. So therefore, I don't have to ask you when I do this again. And the next time I ask you for help, it might be for the same thing. It depends on how often we doing it, because the job that I was doing, it wasn't often enough for me to remember. We was only going to be there for till about 5 months, and they could have at least let me go a little bit longer. But then that's neither here or there. But I mean, I'm hurt that they let me go, because I can't say when you get fired, it does cause a little PTSD, because it make you feel like, dang, like, what was I doing wrong? It kind of get at your mental a little bit. Well, with me it does, because I feel like, okay, what was I doing wrong? Like, I try to do everything right, so therefore I don't get fired, and I try to stay away from doing things wrong, because I know that if I do things wrong, I get fired faster. But it's like, okay, where do I go at? Like, what is the middle? Because I need to know when it comes to these jobs, because I try to, every job I go to, I take everything I learned from one job and put it to the next, but revamp it. So therefore, I don't do the same thing again get fired. But I can't say, I just don't understand how I got fired with this one. Like, because I asked for help when y'all told me to ask for help, because I felt like, why not? Like, you're getting paid to do your job and to help me. And then I don't understand why on applications they ask us to what was it? Put our understand the sex. No, I don't. I feel like, yeah, I do understand the sex. We got to put it up there. But I feel like, why do we got to put our ethnicity? Every time on every document, we got to put that. Like, just guess. I feel like just guess and just estimate what you're going to see when you do the interview. I feel like, why you need to know, okay, is this person African American? Is this person this? Is this person that? I know that now as I got older, I realized that it's basically a quota or a metric they got to meet to hire this amount of people for this amount of people for that. And now that I know about it, I'm like, so it's just basically something that you got to meet. That's why you got to put it. And I feel like, why? Like, if I could create my own world, trust and believe, some things would not exist. Like, people will be as happy as I am right now doing this podcast. Like, I feel good. I feel free. But I really just don't get it. Like, why? I lost my whole train of thought. Because I was reading something and I lost it in the middle. But yeah, I'm about to lose my job. I was hurt. Oh yeah, I was saying about PTSD about jobs. Now I'm back to it. Yes, it does cause a lot of PTSD. Long story short, I try to stay in the middle of basically not going into a job with a chip on my shoulder. Because I feel like they didn't cause, what the previous job did, just like a relationship. But it's just kind of like, where do we meet at? Y'all, I paused because I thought I heard like somebody coming into my house. I thought y'all about to see some live action. Thank goodness that ain't happened. And then I also feel like, before I change the topic, that janitors are overworked and underpaid. And I feel like janitors get looked at as like the bottom of the barrel. Like, we do the most nasty, the most gross job picking up people feces, poop, shit, everything that you could call that stuff that comes out your butthole. And I feel like people just don't understand, like, that is a nasty job. And you don't clean up behind yourself enough to feel like, okay, like, because I know I work as a janitor as a night job. And I feel this way. If you go into the bathroom and take a poop, if you drop a turd on the toilet, a speckle, a spot, a dot, anything that's related that comes out of your body, you drop it on the toilet, get something to wipe it down into the toilet and flush it. Like, and wipe the toilet off. It's your feces. Like, why would you want another person touching your poop out of your body if you want to touch another person's? Like, I don't get that. If you don't want to touch another person's, why would you want another person touching yours? And I don't go to your house dropping loads on your toilet. Like, I don't get it. Like, people be so disgusted. That's why I feel like that's why we got COVID, because people are so trifling and so nasty. Because I'm like, I done seen toilets in public places where it's still poop up there, and I walked away. So I'm like, okay, if this is how I think. If all the toilets got poop on it, everybody will be upset and pissed that there's no toilets for you to use. So I feel this way. If you think like that and say, hey, all these toilet, like, let me wipe it up so I feel that if I go into the bathroom, I would want to use it. Because if you keep walking to each one and all of them got the same thing, you ain't going to want to use it. And where you going to use it at? So treat the restroom like you would treat your house. That's common sense. Like, because I feel like we should all have our own businesses, because the way these businesses are firing and letting people go, like, money is falling from trees and made from trees or coming from the sky. Like, we should. A lot of people should work for themselves, but I feel like in the same breath, some people don't have good common sense or customer service skills, because I done seen and then heard some stories about people literally running away from before paying. Like, you get your hair done or get your nails done or you get your lashes done or whatever you get done to your body and dip out. Like, I feel like if you know you don't got the money, why go? Why go somewhere if you broke? If you broke, stay home. Like, why you causing other people drama and other people negative energy? Keep your tail in that house. Like, do not leave. Like, why is you going out causing somebody else's drama? Like, I don't get that. So you rather leave the house, cause drama, then you wonder why something happened to you later on in life and you questioning it. Like, come on now. You know what you did a while ago. Think. It's not that hard. But, and also I can't, about the customer service part, because I can't say I had to bone up my customer service skills, because I had a little situation when I told a customer, a caller, it's not that deep. Like, when she said, yes, it is that deep, to me, it hurt my feelings. It really did. I had to apologize because she was talking about her rental assistance, and I said that, and she was facing eviction, and she was talking about trying to kill herself, and I said, it's not that deep. But I was thinking it, but I didn't know it came out my mouth. But the way that I was desensitized, because I heard so many stories on the phone about people rent, and I'm like, yo, the government has all the answers. They have the solutions. Like, why would you put an application out here for people to fill out when you know it's going to be bombarded with applications? Why not just put a mandate out here for all the rental agencies to pause rent? That would have been a simple fix. But when it comes to the government, nothing is simple with them. It's always complicated like Nivea. And the next subject I'm going to talk about is the things in life. I ain't gonna say the things in life. This thing we call life. Okay. So I seen how people are supporting Trump with these gold ass shoes that don't make you run like the Flash and make you dash to do stupid decisions. Like, people was mad when Chrisette Michele sung for Donald Trump. But if you check her dress, she had African American people that was mistreated by the government all on her dress. But everyone was upset about her for singing for him. But she did a message, but everybody want to support Trump for just stimulus checks, itty bitty. Let me say it, itty bitty stimulus checks and them gold shoes. Like, where you gonna wear them gold shoes at? They're ugly. They're basically Confederate based. And I feel like you're gonna feel what Moses felt when he walked on the ground. So why would you wanna have those shoes? Like, I don't get it. Like, those shoes are trash. You're I don't get where you want to support him, man. And I feel like those people that support Trump are people that will literally tell that the slaves were trying to escape. And I don't understand. Like, Trump shows his character every time, and people support him regardless when he do not support those that supported him. He's all about him. And I don't get why people want to become president, because the president don't have that much power. It's the Congress. The president don't really, he just a figurehead, just a face. But I ain't gonna get into politics on this podcast because that's what it's not about. But I just saw that, and it just really bothered me. And also, scammers. I don't understand how scammers is still a thing. Like, why is people still scamming? Like, cause I can't say I got scammed for the trip I went to with my best friend to Miami. Now, me and him had our money saved up. I was literally, getting everything ready, paying for this, paying for that, just getting everything ready for this trip because I never been to Florida at all. I was going to South Beach, Florida. So we was going to have a ball. And one thing about me, when you go on a vacation, you're going to vacation. So I was telling my best friend we were going to go jet skiing and we're going to get a boat rental just for us two. And that's going to be it. So as I message a friend that stays there, he was like, yeah, I know somebody that sells jet skis and boats and all of that. I'm like, cool. I'm literally taking his word because I know him for over a year. I don't know how many years. I'm not going to say it was 2 or 3. I don't know how many, but I know it was over 2. So he telling me about the person about the boat rental. I message the person about the boat. I'm asking them, okay, how many, about the hours, about the jet ski, how many hours for the jet ski, what you provide for the jet ski and all of that. So they giving me real good information about both of them things. So here's where it gets sticky. They asked for a payment. And I was like, okay, what you going to send the payment on? And it was like cash out. I was like, okay, that's when it started to get a little murky. So they told me to send a payment through cash out. And they was going to send me an invoice after I pay. So I asked my best friend for his cut. Send them the money. Tell me why the next message I get is you've been got. Do you know how pissed I was? And I started adding 2 and 2 together. Because I looked at the person that gave me the information there, Snapchat, and they was go-karting and stuff and doing random activities. I'm like, hold on, is that the money that I gave you? So you could do this? And you literally set me up. I was like, yo, like I was scammed hard. Like, and I was so pissed because that was my fault. And my best friend gave me his money. So we lost out on some money because I really thought I could trust a so-called friend. And that really hurt my feelings. Like, but now I know I can't trust nobody no more. Like, when it comes to money. But before I leave this podcast, because I've been talking for a little while, I thought this was going to be uh long podcast, but I'm gonna make it short. But two things I saw out here on the internet was that a Mississippi man literally approved people food stamps for 2,500. Like, he did the work of Robin Hood. Like, I feel like we don't have a lot of positivity like that going on. And I've been talking about that on my podcast and to my friends also, that we need somebody doing what Robin Hood need to do, steal from the rich and give to the poor. And what he did was literally stole from the government. Like, I feel like right there, he should not be in jail. I know it's a crime, but he should not be in jail for that, because the government should know, man, times are hard. Rent is going up and up. Like, next, we're going to see $2,000 for rent when these apartments are not $2,000 worthy. Like, they're in the hundreds worthy. Like, literally, no more than $700 for an apartment. Like, at the highest, 700 for 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. Like, they're not no more than that. Like, no. Like, if you're going above that, I need to be able to pay and own, not pay to rent. I mean, not pay to rent, not rent to just rent. Like, this is a scam. Like, rent is a whole scam, because why are you paying it and why is it going up every year? It should stay. If I came here for one price, that's what I'm here for. And then also with this P. Diddy case, like, it is crazy. I'm not even going to report on too much on P. Diddy case. In my eyes, I feel like, yeah, he probably did do half of the stuff that they say he did. And that dude, Lil Rod, I hope he has proof of everything he did, and for everything P. Diddy's supposed to have did, and everything that has been done, because he really attacking the big wigs. And I feel like those people can make or break your career. And I feel like, I hope he really do back up what he say, because there's some serious accusations, and he attacking some very strong people. So I hope he really can back up what he said, because that is scary. Because if you can't, that's it. And then with Meek Mills saying, going off, spiraling down on Twitter about his sexuality, I feel like, for one, if you did what you did with P. Diddy, just shut up. Just shut up. Because it's none of our business to what you did behind closed doors. If you liked it, you liked it. Like, just shut up and just bask in what you got and release your music. If I was him, I would have just shut up and never said nothing and just release some music. I did say good, all publicity ain't good publicity, or good, I don't know what it is, but just, if they talk about you, let them. At least they talk about you and then release your music, so therefore people can go from talking about you having sex with a man to you putting it to your music. Like, I would have flipped it to the point where I would have said something about it all in my music. Like, Mills, you need me on your team as your PR agent, because I would have definitely gave you some good advice. But everybody should not worry. Everybody should worry about their own sexuality and what they do in their own homes than worrying about what other people do. Because, for one, it's stupid. Like, you're not in the room with them when they're having sex. You're far away in your house. So that's why I don't understand. Like, everybody should mind their business. This world would be very peaceful if everybody stayed in their own lane. Two cars can't ride the same lane. Like, come on now. But I'm going to go ahead and end this podcast. I thank everybody for listening, for coming up here, and really, I'm just for coming up here. This is a long day. I can't believe, hold on, let me get back to the topic. Thank everyone for listening and following me on all my social medias. That's why I need a script. I guess because I'm trying to read without my glasses. That's why everything is really going together. But thank everyone for listening and everyone for following me on all my social media accounts. And if you want to be a guest up here, please hit me up. Because at the end of the day, I appreciate all the guests and all the everything that people want to give me about the podcast. I'm about to glitch like a phone. But yes, I appreciate everything everybody do for this podcast. And if you want to be a guest, hit me up on any of my accounts. I definitely will respond. And if you want to send me a voicemail and showing your support and saying your support, or just giving me a topic, or either just wanting to vent about something, need advice about something, just hit up my line at 757-957-5290. And I am gone for right now, but not until another day.